Thank you to the Parkinson's Foundation for inviting us to participate in the PD Health at Home Fitness Friday series. Hi everyone, it's Jennifer here, Parkinson Wellness Recovery. Welcome to a strength training of the whole body. This is going to be a low intensity exercise class. Please make sure that you have a sturdy chair without arms. You're going to need a couple of different weights for this class. I recommend low weights, 2 at least if you have that. So if you don't have dumbbells with you, then again, grabbing things that are handy like water bottles, cans of food work really well. It's good for grip strength as well. I'm also going to need for you guys, and you guys can see my little equipment pile over here. I do have a yoga mat. We will be doing floor exercise today. So, and that's going to be at the end, which is nice because you'll get to kind of finish down there. We'll need a firm pillow for when we do our floor work. We're going to be working on our bellies, and I highly recommend grabbing a firm pillow, like something that's like a throw pillow on your sofa is much, much more firm than something that's on our bed. So grab your firm pillow, and then a weight that's a little bit heavy. So I think about things in my house that I have to pick up. So a laundry soap container is a little bit heavier than what my light weights might be. Even just a plastic container with good handholds, and you can even put things in that plastic container to use it as something that you might have to lift, whether it's off of the ground or off of a table. So something that's moderate to heavy that you're gonna be lifting, all right? We're gonna start in our chair for our warm-up today. We'll have a seat, and I want you to sit at the edge of your seat. So I'm coming up all the way to the edge. We're gonna be using our whole body for all of these movements. We're gonna start with the weights on our knees, and we're gonna start with our power up, which is all about posture. We're gonna let my chest come forward, keeping my back as flat. And you can just see my elbows get to do kind of whatever they want. And then I'm going to push up and pull those arms beyond the frame of my body, squeezing my shoulder blades together for best posture. And that is a power up. We're going to do that one more time, slowly, rehearsing the movement, just preparing our body for this. Hands come back to the knees, letting my chest come forward. Back is trying to stay flat. I'm going to push myself up and open up my chest. Another thing to remember is you want to keep those feet wider than your hips. That's going to be your best balance and also the best openings for our hips. We're going to do that power up move 10 times, a little bit faster. So activating, going big and fast through that whole movement. Are you ready? Here we go. Hands are on, going to come to the knees, chest comes down, pull those arms back, power up. That's 1. Coming down, powering up, 2. Come down, power up, 3. Coming down, power up, 4. Coming down, power up, 5. Coming down, power up, 6. Come down, power up, 7. Come down, power up, 8. Come down, power up, 9. Last one, come down, power up, 10. All right, from our posture, we're gonna work on our power rock. And rocking is just moving from side to side. So as I lean over into each hip, side to side in my chair, we're gonna then make this a little bit of a strength training motion by taking my right hand, dropping it down, and bringing that left arm up towards the ceiling. So I'm shifting my weight all the way over to the right side. We're gonna come back to the get ready position. Hands are gonna be on my knees. Let's try it to the other side. So shifting my weight over to the left. My opposite arm is gonna come up, just like a teeter-totter, coming back to that get ready position. I want you to rehearse this movement one more time, and you're gonna notice that my leg, my opposite leg, moves out to the side just a little bit. And this is a coordinated movement. As I shift my weight to the right, I'm using that opposite foot to counterbalance that big rock over to the right. And as I rock over to the left, if I kick that leg out just a little bit, it's going to help to counterbalance that rock over to the left and come on back. So that's going to help with balance. It is coordination, so we are working on a little bit more of attentional focus and coordination with this, and even balance, all right? We're going to do 10 of those, and we're going to alternate from right to left. We'll always come back to this get ready position. We're going to rock over to the right to get started. Here we go. Rocking to the right, get ready. Rocking to the left, get ready. Rocking to the right, get ready. Rocking to the left, get ready. Can you take your eyes up? Rocking to the right, get ready. Rocking to the left, get ready. 4 more to go. Rocking to the right, get ready. Rocking to the left, get ready. 2 more. Rocking to the right, get ready. Last one, rocking to the left, get ready. Great job with that balance, coordination, and added strength and attentional focus. What we're going to do now is twist. And the twist is going to come from our whole body. It's not just coming from the arms. I really want you to focus in on your hips. So as we open up to, I call it a T for twist position, I'm going to take that right hip and the right arm, and I'm going to twist my knee around and the hip around, bringing that right arm across my body and meeting it with the weight on the left. And then I'm going to open back up to that big T for twist position. I'm going to twist on my toe to bring that left weight around and really twist through that hip. And then I'm going to open back up. You may need to scoot a little bit back in your chair because we're going to be twisting 10 times, and that's going to scoot us a little forward. So just reset yourself anytime you need to. Let's do 10 of those, starting with the right arm. I'm going to warn you right now, your shoulders are going to be burning at the end of this, all right? So here we go. Right arm and that right hip twisting across. Here we go. 1, and open. Twisting across. 2, and open. Lots of coordination here. 3, and open. Switching sides. 4, and open. 5, and open. 6, and open. Almost done, guys. 7, and open. 8, and open. 9, open. Last one, you can do it. 10, and open. Woo! Bringing those arms down. Shake out those shoulders. We're going to do a step. And when we step, we bring our feet in to what I consider railroad track positioning. So with your power up, your rock, and your twist, your feet are out to the side, hips are open. For the step, we're going to bring them right in again to what I consider railroad track positions. We're going to step that right foot out to the side as big as you can step. Because this is a whole body exercise, we're going to use our arms as well. So as you lift that right foot up, stepping it out, bring that right arm out to the side. We're going to lift it and bring it right back to our get ready position. Let's prepare the left side, stepping out, bringing that weight out to the side, and bringing it all the way back. Kind of like we're stepping out of a car and pushing that car door open, all right? Let's try it on both sides. We're going to kind of switch from right to left, always coming back to our get ready position. We're going to do 10. Here we go. Step, bring it back to get ready. We're going to step and get ready. We're going to step, get ready. Can you say it with me? Step, get ready. Here's 5. Step, get ready. Step, get ready. Saying what you're doing. Step, get ready. Step, get ready. 2 more. Step, get ready. Last one. Step, get ready. Now I'm going to challenge not only your working memory, so a little bit of cognition, but also your sequencing and your ability to switch quickly between the different exercises. So we did a power up, a power rock, a power twist, and a power step. We're going to try and work through each of those movements one right after the other. So we're going to do the first one slowly. So you're going to come along with me. So we're going to power up. That means legs are going to be wider than our hips, feet are wider than our hips. Starting with our weights on our knees, we're going to power up. So that means we're going to come down first so that we can use all the momentum to power up. Let's get ready to rock. So remember, get ready is always back at the knees. We're going to shift our weight over to the right. I'm going to kick that foot out, bringing those weight, one weight up, the right one down. Let's get ready. Let's go to the other side. So shifting my weight over to the left, counterbalancing with that leg, and let's get ready to twist. So opening up to that big T for twist position. Don't forget about swinging, pivoting on that toe to twist all the way around to meet that left weight. Opening back up. Let's pivot on that toe to twist that hip around and bring that left weight over to the right. Let's come back to that open position. Let's get ready to step. So I'm going to bring my hands down to my knees, step my feet in, and then we're going to step them out. So stepping out with that arm, bringing it back to that get ready position, step, and get ready. Let's get ready to power up. Get into position for powering up. We're always going to power down and then power up. Let's get ready to rock. So I'm going to stick that opposite foot out, rock all my weight over to the right. Let's get ready. Rock all the way over to the left. Let's get ready to twist. Open to that big T for twist. Pivoting on that right foot, bringing that right weight all the way over. Open. Twisting through that left hip, bringing that opposite weight. Open. Let's get ready to step. Stepping out, together, out, together. Let's do that one more time. Are you ready? Coming down, power up, get ready to rock. Over to the right, get ready. To the left, get ready. Open to that T for twist position. We're going to twist, open, twist, open. Let's get ready to step. Stepping right, together, step left, together, get ready. Great job, everyone, with those flows. Those really challenge our cognition. All of that set switching and sequencing is great, even when we're using a little bit of a strength challenge. So awesome job. We're going to get ready for our strength training movements and variations. Again, you will be using some light weights, a heavier weight, a mat, and your pillow for all of our strength training variations. Even though you only have 2 different weights, don't worry. I'm going to figure out ways to make it harder for you even with the same weights. All right, let's get ready. All right, now that we're all warmed up, we're going to be starting our strength training challenge. For our first exercise, we're going to be doing what I call a squat and press, and we're going to be using a wall. So as you can see here, I've got kind of a mobile wall. I want you to use your real wall to help you. The wall is going to be there for feedback and even, of course, for safety. So anytime that you're doing any high weights and low repetition weight, which is what we're going to be doing for this challenge here, it's very traditional type weight training. So when I say high weights, I want you to think about something that is really going to challenge you, especially at about 7 or 8 repetitions, and we're going to try for that. If you get to 8 repetitions during this exercise and you're like, this is a piece of cake, then it's time for you to probably increase that weight challenge for yourself. I have a weight here that I'm going to be using. Please, guys, if you don't have this heavy a weight, you can always use 2 weights together. That works out really great as well. Using household items, even if it's like a container with handholds on it that you can actually put some things in, you can always weigh it on your scale, and that will be your guide for helping you to increase that weight to challenge this movement. So the first exercise, again, is going to be what I call a squat and press. So my wall is behind me. We're going to start with a half squat to press. A half squat to press. So I have to squat to actually pick up my weight at the chair, and that will be actually our second exercise. I'm going to bring this weight to my chest. So that's where it's going to be starting. Weight is at my chest. I'm going to do a half squat. That means that my hips are going to push back to the wall. Small squat here. I'm going to power up my hips forward, so squeezing my glutes, and then pressing up towards the ceiling and bringing it back down. If you cannot press because your shoulders don't allow you to, just do the squat. We're going to do 8 of those, so let's try that together. Here we go. Coming back, touching that wall, powering up those hips, and pressing. That's 1. Pushing those hips back. As soon as you touch that wall, power up those hips forward, press up. That's 2. We're going to go for 8. Push back those hips towards the wall, power up those hips forward, press. That's 3. Push those hips back, power them up, then press. That's 4. Keep that weight close to your body as you squat, power up the hips, pressing up. That's 5. Here we go. Push back, power up, press. That's 6. Push back, power up, press. That's 7. Last one. Push those hips back to the squat, power up those hips forward, press. That's 8. All right. For your second challenge, I'm not going to change the weight that I have. I'm just going to change how I do it to increase that challenge. This is going to challenge both your cognition and your attention, even though we're using the same weight. So the next one is going to be, I'm going to curl that weight down. You can see I've extended my elbows. I'm going to squat back to the wall and touch the chair with the weight. So from here, I'm going to just reverse what we were doing before. Power up my hips. I'm going to curl that weight up, and then I'm going to press. Come back down. Let's give that a shot 8 times. So I'm going to uncurl that weight, squat back to touch the chair, power up my hips, and curl. That's 1. And there's that press. Here we go. Uncurl. Let's squat for 2. Power up the hips, curl, and press. That's 3. Uncurl that weight, push those hips back, power up. That's 4. Curl that weight and press. Let's keep that going. We're halfway done. Here we go. Push those hips back, power up. That's 5. We're going to curl and press. Coming back down. We're doing it very methodically and in sequence. We're going to squat, power up. That's 6. Let's curl and press. If there's any part of this exercise that is too challenging, you can always take one of the sequences out. We're going to squat down, pushing my hips back towards the wall, power up. That's 7. Press it up. We've got 1 left. You can do it. Curl down, push those hips back, touch the chair. Are you ready? Power up those hips forward, curl, and press. All right, that was our 8 repetitions. We have one more challenge for you. And even though we're going to go back to that half squat that we did for the first variation, I'm going to make it just a little bit harder. Sticking with the same weight, what I want you to do is I'm going to challenge your balance. So I want you to take your yoga mat or your exercise mat, and you're going to fold it up. You're going to put it underneath your feet to give yourself a little bit of a squishy surface so that you really have to pay attention to not only your forward, backward, but also your side to side balance while you're using your weight. So that's going to increase that attentional focus that you need to be able to squat and press, all right? So I'm going to grab my mat. And again, the more folds in your mat, the more challenging it's going to be. I have my mat folded up twice here. You can listen to yourself, think about your balance, and you know you have that wall behind you. That's kind of a little bit of a safety, your safety net, if you will. So I'm going to place my mat down. I'm going to step onto the mat, keeping my feet about the width of the mat. So it's really nice that I've got even that visual of how wide I need to keep my legs, which is about the width of the mat here. So if this is too easy for you, fold it up one more time. That will give you that balance challenge. I'm going to keep mine folded up twice. I'm going to take my weight. I can already feel that wall behind me, which is really nice. I'm going to power up my hips, and I'm going to curl. So we're just going to do the first exercise, which is that squat and press. I'm going to keep the weight close to my body, right at my chest. I'm going to push my hips back to the wall, power them up, and press. That's one. Let's do 7 more. Push those hips back, power up, press. That's 2. Push those hips back, power up, press it up. That's 3. Pushing those hips back, powering up, press. That's 4. Your balance should feel challenged, especially during doing those 2 different movements. The squat back, feeling that weight go back into your heels, powering up right in the middle. And as we press, you're going to feel that weight shift a little bit differently in your feet. That was 5. Push back, power up, press. That's 6. Push those hips back, power up those hips forward, press up. That's 7. One more. Here we go. Push back, power up those hips, and press. That's 8. Great job, everybody. You're going to uncurl that weight, set it down on your chair, step off of the mat, and let's get ready for our next exercise. All right, everyone, after that awesome squat and press, we're going to work a little bit differently with our strength training. Instead of that high weight, low repetition idea of strength training, we're going to actually flip that. We're going to do low weight, high reps, and very fast speed. All right, so we're going to be moving big and fast with light weights. We're going to be doing what's called a wood chop. All right, a wood chopper. So if you can think about chopping wood, I live here in Arizona, so we don't really need a lot of wood chopping going on, but many people do, and it's an awesome whole body exercise. So we're going to make it that for our strength training day today, and we're going to vary it as we go. So it's not going to be the same exact movement, and that's what's going to make it challenging for all of us. So I have a chair on the side. I've got my light weight in one hand. Your hand over on the other side is just for a little bit of balance should you need it. If you don't need it, put that hand on your hip. That keeps you powered up, helps you work on that balance as you're working through this strength training motion. All right, I'm going to use the chair because it's here, and it's going to make me go bigger and faster anyway. This wood chop is going to start high. So bringing that, you think about an axe, right? You're going to bring it back kind of behind you. I kind of think about a baseball, like I'm going to get ready to throw, and instead of throwing it out, I'm going to throw it down. And again, this does not happen without my legs pivoting. So as you come up to prepare, you're getting that weight up. You can see that I'm pivoting on one toe on that opposite leg, and as I come down, I pivot through the other one. So it's requiring that hip action. If your feet are not moving, I want you to practice and prepare those hips for pivoting up, high, and then coming down low. We're going to do this 12 times. Again, moving as big and as fast as you can through that motion. Are you ready? Bringing it up over your shoulder and getting ready to take it down low. Here we go. 1, bring it back up. 2, and up. 3, back up. 4, back up. 5, taking it high and low. 6, take it up. 7, and up. 8, up. 9, up. We're going for 12. 10, up. 11, up. 12, and back up. All right, let's go to the other side. You don't have to change your chair, but I am. All right, doing the other side now. Bringing that arm up, and we're going to take it down. So if my arm is up over my left shoulder, I'm going to take it down towards my left knee. All right, towards my right knee, sorry. Taking it up, let's take it down for 1, high to low, 2, high to low, 3, Come on up. 4. Take it up. 5. Up. 6. Take it up. 7. Up. 8. Pivoting on those feet. 9. And through those hips. 10. 2 more. 11. Last one. 12. Great job. Instead of high to low, this time we're going to go low to high. So just a small variation in this movement. Small variation. We're going to take it low and come up high. And see how that changes what happens with that movement and your balance. All right? And again, if you need that chair, put a finger on there. Hold on. Here we go. We're going to start low. And I kind of like to think, I know we're saying that this is a wood chopper, but I almost think that this is like starting a lawnmower because we're starting low and pulling high. All right? So we're going to start low and then pull high. So kind of taking it slower to come down and pull high. You got to pull hard if you're going to get that lawnmower started, right? Coming down. This is 4. Come down. 5. Coming down. Big move. 6. Come down. 7. Coming down. 8. Coming down. Pull fast. 9. Come down. Pull fast. 10. 2 more. Come down. Pull fast. 11. Come down. Last one. 12. Let's go to the other side. So switching hands. Switching that chair if you need to for best balance and best quality. So we're going to take it down low and up high. So lawnmower style, right? Coming down. And here we go. 1. So making sure that you're twisting and pivoting through those hips. 2. Go big and fast. 3. Coming down. 4. Coming down. 5. Come down. 6. Come down. 7. Coming down. 8. Coming down. 9. Come down. 10. 2 more. You can do it. Down. 11. And down. 12. Great job, everybody. All right. Last set. Last set. This time, we're not going to use the chair. All right? We're not going to use the chair. It's up to you if you'd like to. Remember, having a wall behind you or a sofa for just safety and balance is going to be absolute must for you. So think about what you need to be able to do these strength training moves. All right? So I'm going to push my chair to the side. I'm going to keep my same low weight. All right? Keeping my same low weight. And I'm going to separate my feet, so athletic stance. We're going to go high to low. So I'm going to take my weight, bring it up high, and then we're going to take it down low. So this is just the prepare, so I'm not going to count these. All right? I come back to my get ready position. Weight is just at my chest, so it's close to my body. All right? I'm going to come high and low. So up to the high to the right, down left, low. Okay? Let's do 6 of those, and then I'm going to give you a small challenge. Are you ready? Here we go. Up and over and down. 1. Remember, this is fast coming down low. 2. Coming up and fast down. 3. Coming up and fast down. Up and fast down. Up and fast down. That's 5. 1 more. Up and fast down. 6. For your last 6 repetitions, I want you to try something that's a little bit challenging. If you want to stick with it, just stick with it with your eyes open. But if you want to challenge, we're going to try it eyes closed. Because we are rotating and twisting through the motion, and because we're also going fast, this is going to challenge your balance. All right? Challenging your balance. Are you ready for 6 repetitions? Here we go. We're going to come up and down. That's 1. How did that feel? Get ready. Come up over your shoulder, right shoulder, and take it down low fast. 2. Get ready. Up over your right shoulder, taking it down. 3. Get ready. Up over your shoulder, take it down low. 4. Get ready. We've got 2 more. Up over your shoulder, take it down. For 5. Up over your shoulder, take it down. That was 6. Open up your eyes. Was that a little harder? I hope it was. And I think that the more that we're able to practice that movement, the more confident that you become. I'm doing it pretty fast, but again, you can always slow it down, especially with your eyes closed. You're going to have to pay attention to your movements. So that's what's so great about it, even though we're using the same weight, all right? Great challenge. Let's do the other side now. So we're going to do 6 of those. So coming up over that left shoulder and taking it down low to that right knee, all right? That was 1. Come up over, take it down. 2. Come up over, 3. Come up and over, 4. 2 more, 5. Come up and over, 6. All right, are you ready to do it with your eyes closed? Let's try it out. I'm going to close my eyes here. Up and over my left shoulder, taking it down. 1. You can come back to that middle, then up over your shoulder. 2. I'm going to see if I can keep that movement going. 3. Coming up over my shoulder, taking it down for 4. Up over my shoulder, 5. Last one, and 6. Open up your eyes. Woo! Such a challenge, right? From a strength training and a speed perspective. So when you're ready to challenge yourself with your eyes closed, you can do it, all right? Let's get ready for our next exercise. We are going to take our bodies and use a whole body, and I call this a burpee. So if you guys know what a burpee is, we're going to do what I call chair burpees. But we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to start with a very basic burpee, so just a 2-part, and keep adding on. So thinking about adding complexity to the movement, and then trying to do it all together for the finale, all right? Because a burpee is not about hand weights, it's about body weight. So that's what we're going to be doing with this burpee, all right? And a few of these guys you've done already, all right? You're kind of ready for that squat. You're ready for it since we did it against the wall. So the first exercise is just starting in that strong stand. Hips are pushed forward, power up, standing position to pushing down into a squat, touching the chair, all right? So we're going to do that 5 times. We're going to power up that chest, standing tall. That was 1. We're going to come down, power up. 2, come down, power up. 3, come down, power up. 4, come down, last one, power up. 5. Let's make that more complex. We're going to come down. You're going to tap your right foot back, bring it in, tap your left foot out, bring it in, and then power up. Let's do that 5 times. Here we go. Come down, tap back, and then power up. Come on down. Here we go for 2. Tap back, power up. That's 3. Tap back, power up. That's 4. Tap back, power up. That's 5. All right, guys. Now let's add one more thing to it, all right? We're going to add something to it. So you're down in your squat. Can you step your feet both back to the top of a push-up and hold that for 2 seconds? 2, step it back in, power up. Let's do that 5 times. Here we go. Hands down, step back, hold it for 2 counts, step it in, and power up. That's 1. Hands down, step it back. 1, 2, bring it forward. 2. Great job, everybody. This is whole body. 1, 2. Strength training just with our own body, which is sometimes the best strength training that we can do. Hold it out there for 1, 2, bring it in. That's 3. Let's do 2 more, you guys. Take it back, hold. 1, 2, bring it in. That's 4. Big power up at the top. 1, 2, hold that, bring it in, and 5. All right, how can we make that even harder? We're going to flow. So we're going to try and see if we can put all of those sequences together. So you know how we stepped back? We're going to do that within that plank. So come along with me as we practice. So coming down into the squat, stepping back to the top of that push-up. There's our hold. And then I'm going to tap my right foot in, step it back, left foot in, tap it back, then bring both feet in and power up. We're going to do that 5 times. Are you ready? Lots of sequences. This is a little bit complex. If you don't get it the first time, you got many more reps to get better at it. Are you ready? Here we go. Squat down, hands on the chair, step back, hold it. We're going to tap right foot in, tap left foot in, hold, bring it back, power up. That's 1. Come on down. Take it back, hold that plank position, tap, tap, tap your feet forward, step your feet forward, power up. That's 2. Take it back, hold that position, tap right foot, tap left foot in, bring both feet up underneath you, power up. Come on down. Take those feet back, hold that plank position, tap, tap, step the feet back up underneath you, power up. That's 3. We've got 2 more to go. Step back, hold, tap, tap, bring your feet underneath you, power up. That's 4. 1 more. Here we go, guys. You've got this. Hold that position. We're going to tap, tap, bring both feet in, and power up. You're done with your burpee sequence. That was great body weight challenge and also cognitive, because we're continuing to make it more complex just by adding on 1 small sequence. All right? For our last exercise, we're going to be coming down onto the ground. One of my favorite posture strengthening exercises. You can choose for this one, guys, if you would like to use your light weights or no weight at all. This is a very challenging move. We're going to be pushing up against gravity on the floor. I am not going to use weight for this, but if you are strong enough and you'd like to use small hand weights, that's going to increase that resistance up at the top of your chest. So I'm going to move my chair out of the way. This is where you're going to need your firm pillow, everyone. This is where you're going to need your firm pillow. So I'm going to lay out my mat to get started. Getting my mat out. I want to set my pillow right in the middle. And I've got a nice firm pillow. This is kind of a yoga pillow. It's very firm. It's going to feel really nice right underneath my pelvis. All right? So I'm going to set that guy down. If you need a chair to help you come down to the ground, use your chair to come down to the hands and knees position. I'm just going to make my way down to the ground here. Making my way down. I'm in a hands and knees position. The pillow is right kind of in the middle here. And as I bring my arms down to my forearms, I'm going to step my knees back, and I can comfortably lay on my pillow. Separate your feet, everyone. Again, this is an option for those of you guys that would like to use weights. Please feel free to use weights in your hands. It does make it much more challenging, but some of you guys are up to it. I believe that, all right? For our exercise, we're going to think about skydivers. We're going to call this a skydiver variation. So we're going to have a little fun lifting our bodies away from the ground. I'm going to take my hands out in front, extending them out as far as I can. My thumbs are pointed upward. That keeps my shoulders feeling nice. My feet are wide because I'm going to use that for balance too. I don't want my feet glued together. I want to use my feet apart to help me. I'm going to lift my hands up off of the ground 5 times. 1, take it down. 2, take it down. 3, take it down. 2 more. 4, take it down. Last one. 5, take it down. That is tough work. Guys, if you will remember, try to keep your chin tucked. Don't let your eyes come and look forward. That's really going to crank on the back of the neck. So keeping that chin tucked while you're doing these exercises is going to be important. The next one is our legs. We did our arms lifted. Now we're going to try the legs. Can you lift your feet off the ground and come down? That was 1. Lift those feet up. That's 2. We've got 5 of these. 3. Take it down. 2 more. 4. Take it down. 1 more, guys. 5. and take it down. I told you that this was a whole body, and it is. Now we're going to alternate the arms and the legs. So again, making it more complex, even though this is the same exercise, we're going to challenge your cognition by just changing the sequence. So we're going to lift the arms up, that's 1. Lift the legs up, that's 1. Lifting the arms up, bring them down, lift the legs up, that's 2. Arms up and down, legs up, that's 3. Arms up, legs up, that's 4. One more, guys. Arms up and down, legs up, that's 5. Now, how could we possibly make this more challenging? Well, I want you to think about opposites, lifting the opposite arm and leg, all right? So as I bring one arm up, I'm going to kick an opposite leg and bring that down. Let's try the other side. Lift opposite arm and leg and bring it down. That was 2. Lift him up and bring him down, that's 3. Lift, take it down, that's 4. We're going to do 6 total so we get both sides. We got 5, bring it down, one more, 6, and bring it down. And for the finale, let's flow them together. So come along with me, everybody. Thumbs are pointed up, arms are out, pointing towards the corner of my mat, feet are wide. So I've got great balance as I get ready to skydive. So I'm going to lift my arms up and bring them down. You know what's next? The legs. Legs come up. Bring them down. Now opposites. Lift that opposite arm and leg. And then the other one. Bring it down. Let's do 2 more of those flows. Arms come up and down. Legs come up and down. Opposites. Opposite arm and leg. Down. Let's do the other side. Opposite. Bring it down. All right, last set, you guys. You can do it. Lift. Arms and down. Lift those legs and down. Let's do opposites. Opposite arm and leg, down. Last one, opposite arm and leg, and down. Woo! That is using every single muscle that I can't see in my body, which is incredible for improving posture and also improving our breath as well as we get to extend the front part of our body with those exercises. Great job, everybody, with this strength training challenge. I hope you enjoyed it. Continue to challenge yourself in all these different variations, not only with the different movements, but also with more weight. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you again to the Parkinson's Foundation for inviting us to participate in the PD Health at Home Fitness Friday series.